So how do you actually start charging for coaching? You've been doing free coaching, giving away free calls, but nobody is paying. We're gonna change that today after watching this video. All right, welcome back. There are 3 things you need in order to start charging for coaching. Number 1, you need to get confident in your package. Number 2, get confident in your pricing. And number 3, get confident in your pitch. I love alliteration. Feels so good. All right, so what does it mean to actually get confident in your package? Well, what that means is you need to know what goes into your offer and get confident that you can help someone to get a transformation. So the only time that a purchase is made is when someone feels like they're getting more versus what they're giving. So when you describe your offer and you describe your coaching package, you have to be able to describe the transformation and the outcome. So many times I see coaches, especially newer coaches, fumble on this, and they fumble because they're not very clear and explicit into what actually goes in their coaching program, the outcome that the client should expect, the results that they can hope to and expect to achieve. And I think one of the main things that clients get tripped up on is not knowing what results are going to come out. Like I get this question a lot. The question is, well, how do I know that clients are going to get results? How can I promise them something? How can I charge a high price or create a high ticket offer if I don't know what type of results they're going to get? It's a common question. I completely understand it. But what you need to understand is that you are not responsible for their results. Now you might be thinking, wait, what? They're paying me. Of course I'm responsible. No, you are not responsible for their results. You are a coach who facilitates change. Keyword, facilitate, okay? You are not doing a done for you service. This is an agreement that you are coming into with the client and you both have to work together. That means that you are going to do your best and they're going to do their best. And then the magic that comes out of that is really up to the inputs that go into it. And I'm not saying this as a, if they don't get results, blame them. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that it takes 2 people to focus in on, and essentially like joint manifestation is really what it is. So it's like you're coming together and you're agreeing that this is what we want to achieve. So what this really looks like is setting expectations for clients and having them to set their own goals. So at the very start of any coaching program that I do, we always have some sort of goal setting, something. And with that, I help clients to not only set their goals, but also make sure that those goals are in line with the actions that they're willing to take. Notice that I said those goals need to be in line with actions that they're willing to take. So sometimes, especially in the financial arena, someone might come to you and say, I want to go from making $5,000 a month to making $20,000 a month. Well, what does that really look like? And I remember I had a mentor to provide the same example. That's like an extra $15,000 every single month. Now, if you multiply that by 12, that's, gosh, I shouldn't have done those numbers. 15 times 12. I think that's 300,000. Let me check. Use the calculator because the calculator is always right. So let's say they were at 5,000 and they want to make $20,000 a month. So that means they want to make an extra $15,000 a month. If we multiply that by 12, yeah, I was way off. That's $180,000. So that means they want to make $180,000 extra per year. But before they were only at, let's do this right, 5,000 times 12. They were only at $60,000. So if we divide that by $180,000 times 100 to make it a percentage, that means they want to increase by 33.333333%. So let's help them kind of get real. Like you want to more than double. You want to more than double your current, because if you were to double, that'd be 120. You want to multiply it over 3 times, right? And let's just put it in perspective. Are you willing to put in 3 times worth of effort? What did you do to get to that first $5,000? Are you willing to do that 3 times as much or 3 times harder? I understand I'm going to help you work smarter, but let's think about this. Do you even have 3 times more the time? Like you said that you have a 9 to 5 and you've been working, 2 hours a week and that's the most you can give. Can you give 6 hours a week? Right? So this is what we start thinking about when, we help clients to figure out their goals, like understanding that you are not responsible for the results and the outcome. And even when clients do choose their goal, they might get to a point where they're like, well, I'm not really willing to continue putting in the effort. I've had clients who are like, hey, I'm going to take, a couple of months off. And then, they come back several months later and they're like, okay, I'm ready to get started. And then all of a sudden they're gone again. I'm like, wait, what happened? And the thing is that this happens to many coaches. So whether you're helping clients with their fitness goals, whether you're helping them with their life goals, life gets in the way. And I understand that. And, I'm not speaking down on anybody because I understand things happen, but you also have to understand that as a coach, that is not your responsibility to provide results. You are there to facilitate results. So I hope I kind of, talked a lot through that, but I really hope that you understand that it's not your job to give results. It's your job to facilitate results. Okay. So once we get to that point, okay, now we're still getting confident in our package. That was like a very long tangent, right? It's a long walk in the park after dark. So you can get confident in your package, even if you're a brand new coach. You do not have to promise any results. You do not have to promise anything. The only thing that you're going to do is you're going to be there to support them. You're a coach, you're in their corner, and you're helping them to facilitate change. Okay. So with that in mind, what sort of transformation are they truly getting from your offer, right? Are they getting the transformation where now they're going to understand their numbers? Like, is that part of the transformation? You can absolutely promise that, but you can't promise them they're going to make X amount of dollars, lose X amount of pounds, or, meet the love of their life or whatever that might be on the relationship side. Okay. All right. The next thing you need is to get confident in your pricing. So what does this look like? A lot of times I have new coaches that come to me and they're like, hey, what do I charge? How can I charge high ticket if I'm a new coach? By the way, if you're enjoying this series, it's called Brand New Coach. It's the Brand New Coach series. All you have to do is subscribe, click the bell so that you'll get notified when I create more content from this series. Or if you'd like to watch the 6-Figure Coach series, I will leave that one above as well. That one is more geared towards people who are interested in becoming a 6-figure coach. So I've got my series for brand new coaches, and this video is one to help you along the way. Now, a lot of times I speak to new coaches and they absolutely do not know what to price, don't even know what a starting point is. So I'm gonna give you a very easy starting point. I'm gonna allow you this very first time to choose a price based on what you want your hourly rate to be. Okay. So whatever that hourly rate might be, if it's $100 an hour, $50 an hour, $300 an hour, whatever that number is, just choose that. Okay. So let's assume that you want to get paid $100 an hour. And let's also assume that your coaching call is 1 hour long. Now I want you to multiply by the number of phone calls you're going to be giving them. So if it's a 10-week program and they're going to get 10 calls, you see how I made the math easier on myself this time? If you're going to do 10 calls in 10 weeks and they're $100 per call, gosh, I still didn't give myself easy math because that's way too many zeros. No, we're going to take 100 and we're going to multiply by 10. So that's an extra zero. So that's $1,000 for your coaching package. Okay, now we're good. Now what I want you to do is I want you to just do one simple thing for me. Will you do me this one favor? Multiply by 2. That's it. Now, the reason I say multiply by 2 is because this is where people start getting a little bit uneasy, because when they first do their hourly rate, they're like, oh, okay, $300 an hour. I'm going to give them 10 calls. The package is $3,000. Okay, great. I'm good. And then when I say multiply by 2 and you're like, oh, $6,000, like that seems like a lot. I want you to recognize and just like look at yourself in the mirror when you do this and recognize that $3,000 is not that much different than $6,000 for the person who needs your transformation. Now, if you don't believe in your transformation and you truly don't believe that you're changing lives, then fine. Charge $1 if you want. Don't charge anything. But if you really believe that you're changing lives, then you deserve to get compensated for that energy exchange. And that's all that it is. They're providing energy. They worked for the money. They inherited the money. They, had to do something to bring it into their life. And that was the energy that was needed to create that money. And now they're transferring that energy to you, and you are transferring your energy back to them in the form of coaching. That's all that it is. It's just an energy exchange. So when you understand that, then you won't have to worry so much about thinking that you're taking someone's bank account down, because you are depositing your transformation into their life. Okay. And remember, energy is never created nor destroyed. It's only transferred. So a lot of times people are like, oh, there's more and more money. No, there's not. Actually, the value continues to transfer to the people who are interested in creating that energy exchange, right? And having that energy exchange. And they know how to provide lots of energy, lots of value, and that's how they get that energy back. Now, the way that you get confident in this pricing might take a little bit of time, but one thing that you can do is just do the mirror approach. So you just stand in the mirror and you're just going to practice your pitch, which we're going to talk about in a second, and do it with a straight face. And also, when you do practice this pitch, I want you to say it out loud. I want you to sit up straight or stand up straight, take up lots of room, like let your energy fill the area, because that is what's going to help you to command big energy. And what did we just say? Money is energy. MONEY stands for my own natural energy yield. So it's your yield. It's what you're getting from your natural energy. So sit up straight, sit up tall, stand up, take up that big energy field, and be prepared to start charging for your coaching. All right. Now, what are you going to say in the mirror? You're going to do step 3, which is get confident in your pitch. Now, your pitch doesn't have to be this, very long scripted thing. It can be, and we do give clients an actual pitch script inside of the Path to 6 Figures. So it's possible to do. However, it's not necessary. But what you do need in your pitch is a couple of key elements. So the first thing that you need is obviously the pricing. You need the time frame that pricing is valid, and you also need to include what is included inside of the coaching package. Okay. So your pitch might look a little something like this. And I'm coming up with this off the top of my head. This is not the one that we have inside of the program verbatim or word for word, because I don't have it in front of me. But essentially you would say something like, It sounds like you're a really good fit for XYZ program. Inside of this program, we do blah, 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 right? So this is your package. And after you're done with this program or through this program, you're going to experience result, 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 result. And the investment to get started is blah, okay? Now, before you even get to the investment, one thing that you could do in between here, it's really gonna depend, but what you could do, it's gonna depend on the conversation and what you guys were talking about up until that point. But what you could do is you could ask, what questions do you have about the program? Then they'll give you the questions that they have, or they'll say, I don't have any questions, how much is it? Or, whatever it is. Then you go into, okay, the investment to the program is blah, and you have to give them a time frame. Like, it's not just the investment is $6,000, period. Like, no. When do they have to make their decision? When do they need to give you an answer? What do they need to do in order to let you know that they're ready to go? Like, what is that process and what's the steps? So let's assume that your investment is $6,000 and it's valid through the next 24 hours. And in order to lock in their spot, all they have to do is say yes on the phone and you'll get started. Your pitch would look a little bit or sound a little bit like this. So the investment for the program is $6,000. Now that pricing is valid through the next 24 hours. Sometimes I know clients have to rearrange funds. They already are solid that they want to come into the program, but sometimes they have to rearrange funds in order to make it happen. So that's why I provided a 24-hour timeline. If that's something that you'd like, all you have to do is say yes right now on the phone. When you do that, we'll go ahead and get your paperwork started and we can either do payment on the phone right now or we can do it within the 24-hour time period. That's it. So you told them price, you told them how long they have to pay that price, and you told them what they have to do to lock in, which is say yes now so you guys can get started. One other thing that you can do is like help them see that, okay, you're ready to get started right now. Like once we get started with your paperwork, we'll go ahead and schedule in your kickoff call. We'll schedule your next call. What day are you free so we can start scheduling that in? So, there's a lot more that goes into the pitch. And like I said, I talk a lot more about it inside of the Path to Six Figures. So if you'd like more information on that program, definitely check the description box below. In the description box, you'll find more details on the 4-step training that will explain to you exactly what we do to help you to get confident in your pitch and your pricing and your package. But if you'd like help today, actually in a couple of days, to help you to create your high ticket offer, then you want to join us on the Create Your High Ticket Offer Challenge. Okay, we are starting December 1st and I'm so excited about this. I cannot wait. During this challenge, I'm going to be helping you create your high ticket offer, to price your high ticket offer. I'm going to be helping you pitch your high ticket offer, so you're going to be learning more about the pitch and what we share with clients inside of our program. Now, the final thing I want to say is that assume you are going to attract clients who want to pay, okay? Sometimes new coaches feel like they should expect that clients won't pay, but if you expect that there's a payment and you go into the conversation with the expectation that there's a payment happening, like you're getting paid for your services, then there's no question of, are you going to pay? It's simply, this is the next step in the process. This is how it works. And you have to be confident. Notice that there were 3 confidence in there. You have to be confident on that. Okay. Now, the second thing I want to remind you to do is like, stop coaching before you get a signature and a payment. Stop doing that. Don't do it on the discovery call. Don't set up any additional calls. Like I don't even start our kickoff call if I haven't gotten the signature. So if, for example, they've done the payment, but they haven't completed the contract, on that very first call, I'll say, hey, I noticed that you didn't. Actually, I'm getting better with this. I'm actually having my assistant to reach out beforehand and say, hey, your kickoff call is coming up. I noticed you haven't completed your contract. Can you, go ahead and take care of that? But what I was doing in the past is I was actually just at the start of the call, before we even jumped into anything, like, hey, I noticed that you haven't completed your contract yet. Do you need some more time to do that? If so, we can reschedule this call so you have some more time to sign that. Or if you've already looked at it and you're ready to sign it now, you can do that. And that way there's no pressure. I never want to pressure anyone when signing a contract, but they know like we're not coaching or doing anything else until that's signed. So therefore, do you want to sign it now or do you want to sign it later? And it's up to you if you'd like to reschedule. Okay. Now, once again, I'd love to have you join us in the Create Your High Ticket Offer Challenge. We start December 1st. And if you'd like more videos in this brand new coach series, then you want to watch this video next. I hope it's on this side. I'm just going to do like this just in case. Thanks so much for joining me. I will see you guys in the next one. Okay. Bye.